Today we're going to go over the process of re-slinging our Kendall 9100 sling chaise. The tools required for this process are going to be a 3/8 driver, a 5/16 driver, a telescope spreader tool, our telescope sling starters, a pair of angled cutters, a flathead screwdriver, and a rubber mallet. So to start, I'm going to lay the chaise flat up on the table here. I'm going to flip the chaise over. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work to take this sling off of tension. So I'm going to take my 3/8 driver and I'm going to back out the 8 fasteners that hold the seat assembly to the leg assembly. I'm only going to back these out about 1/2 inch. I'm still going to leave them fastened into the leg assembly. I'm not going to remove them completely. Now once I have all those backed out about 1/2 inch, I'll go to my 5/16 driver, and I'm going to come down one side of this stretcher bar, and I'm going to completely remove the 5/16 fastener. And I'm going to come up here to the back of the chaise, and I'll do the same thing. On one side of this stretcher bar, I'm going to remove both of the 5/16 fasteners. These two are slightly longer, you'll notice, and then I'll set these aside. Now I'm ready to go to my telescope spreader tool. I'm going to place it in close proximity to this stretcher bar. I'm going to spread it, lift up on the stretcher bar, and that's going to remove the tension from the sling. We'll do the same up here. Now once we have the tension off the sling, we're ready to flip this over. And replace our slings. So I'll take my flathead screwdriver. The first thing I'm going to do is remove my seat rail caps. Then I'll set those aside. Now that the sling is off tension, I can grab it right here in the center and I can evenly pull it out. Now I'm going to take my telescope sling starters. I'm going to place these into the end of my seat rails here. I've got my replacement sling. I'll orient the label properly. Now as I pull the sling up through, I want to try to keep it as even as possible. I can also come up here and I can hold this support bar here while I grab in the center, and I can slide the sling all the way up. Once the sling is in place, I'll remove the sling starters and I can replace my seat rail caps to help hold the sling in place while I finish the process. Now I'm going to do the same thing and repeat those steps up here. So I've got my flathead screwdriver. I'll remove my seat rail caps, set those aside, and remove my existing sling. Now I can take my seat rails and my sling starters. I can place them into the end of the seat rail. Position my sling properly. Start it evenly on both sides. And then again, I can hold here as I pull that down. Remove my sling starters. Replace my seat rail caps. Now I'm ready to flip the chaise back over and put this sling back under tension. So I'm going to work those same steps in reverse. I'm going to go to my 5/16. This is going to be the longer two of the 6 5/16 fasteners. I'm going to use my spreader tool here in close proximity to the stretcher bar. Now I want to make sure that I've got my sling pulled tight up against my seat rail caps before I put this under tension, because it won't move once it's under tension. Line up my holes. Again, 5/16. And then we'll work right down the chaise. Replacing our 5/16 fasteners. Now once we have our 5/16 back in place, then we'll go to our 3/8 and we'll replace all of those. Tighten every one. 4 on each side. And that completes the re-sling process of our Kendall 9100 Chaise.